this one's a little different. So, well, it's not really, not different for me, but it's what I decided to do today with this layout. I wanted to bring you something that, even if you don't have a lot of crafty supplies, so even if you're starting out and you're literally just getting going, you can create this layout. So, or something along the lines of this layout. Okay, so I use my distress oxides, which you may not have, but you might have paint, you might have watercolor, you might have different inks. They might be Catherine Pooler, they might be archival, they might even just be the little minis from Craft. It doesn't have to be a distress oxide. The reason I've pulled them is because I've got them and I'm going to use them. So basically I cut out a cut file. This cut file I got from the CRICUT cut file, CRICUT design space. And it literally was, I just typed gymnast and this popped up. So that's what I cut. Now I did cut it, and before I cut it, I did an offset. So my offset is 0.89. That's what my offset is. And I decided that I know that's not an exact rainbow. I know that is not going across the sky. But I wanted to create a really bright, happy, cheery gymnast girl, because that's the photos I'm scrapping. It was a competition that Jen was in last year. It was last year and I can't even remember which one it was. But photos that I had printed and I wanted to use them. So this is what I decided to do. Now, this is my offset. You know how I always make a stuff up in a video? Watch and learn. Learn from a pro. If you want to stuff it up, give it to Kaz. She'll sort this, don't you worry. I have worked out what I do not like about this bit. Okay, so I am trying to just colour my offset. I've worked out what I don't like. It's the black soot distress oxide. Because when it dries, it's not going black. I think I need to get a black distress stain maybe, or I don't know. But the black soot goes grey. It doesn't dry, like there's no water on that. That just is what it is. And I wasn't happy with it. So I waited for it to dry. And when it dried, I then decided that I would pull all these bits out, and I was having a look, and I was still at this point thinking, I know I want an offset, but this doesn't look right. I'm not happy with this. Could have cut it again, but you know what? When you make a mistake and you are creating with me, we don't just ding dong ditch it straight away. We try and work on it and see if we can restore some sort of life back into this situation. So now here's where I have the problem. So I pull out my distress oxide ink pad that is black soot. Okay, feel free, cry with me. I don't understand the difference. I don't know why the distress oxide spray is grey. You can see the difference there. Look at it. It screams at me. I don't know what's different. I don't know whether it's because it's more watery. I don't know. Please feel free to tell me. If you know, please tell me, because I don't know why it's like that. Cass, come on. I know, because I bought it all from your shop. Why? Why is it like that? It's so annoying. I'm going to endeavour to buy a black spray. Now, all I'm doing here is gluing on my actual letters that is over with my rainbow girl, right? So that's the cut file, and then I'm gluing it to the offset, okay? The offset, as you can see with the words there, slightly larger. It's literally a 0.89 of an inch. That's how much my offset is. So that's how much dark bit you get around the letters when you do that. You can do this on the CRICUT. You can do an offset to absolutely any cut file. So it doesn't matter if you've bought, you might have gone to, this one was from the CRICUT Design Space because I pay every month, and I do that more for the lettering so I can create titles that are cool. I do it more that way, but all of that being said, I pay for it. So this particular time, instead of just going in and creating something myself, I just put in gymnast and this popped up. So I went, you know what? I'm going to do that. That's perfect. So this is where my brain was going, all right, I love my gymnast. She looks awesome. She's nice and rainbowed. There was not, last year was all black and hot pink. I kind of can get away with a rainbow. So don't mind my little includes paid promotion thing at the bottom. That it'll go away in a minute. Now, I have to put that on there for YouTube. So thanks for that, guys. Now, this is where, if you don't have a lot of supplies, if you don't have an entire craft room like me, if you've only got a few cheap supplies, you can do this. So you can see me there. Now this is glitter, okay? Before glitter anywhere, there is no big mess. And there is a secret to it. I will tell you what the secret is. Okay, so I'm using a piece of plastic. It's just a bit of packaging from around any plethora of items I have purchased recently. I keep it and I cut it down into small manageable pieces, and if I need to mix something up, aka PVA glue and glitter, that way cleanup is simple. You're not trying to rinse things down drains or wipe things up or whatever. You literally can just throw that bit of plastic into your waste paper basket, and it's not going to affect the world any worse than the fact that it was already plastic. Okay, now all I'm doing, I'm just using, this is not a true rainbow, okay? Didn't have orange, so we're just running with yellow, being gold, you know, work with me, it's all good. So I'm using just PVA glue, mixing in my glitter. So I do show you at the end, once this dries, and it didn't take long to dry. Like it looks like I'm putting it on uber thick, but I'm really not. And the glitter I'm using, I got from a $2 shop. Those little tubes, you can see them up to the top left-hand corner there. We know, we've all had them. We've all possibly all got them. I avoid like the plague when it comes to loose, fine glitter. However, if you do it like this, essentially what I've just created is exactly the same. It's not, okay, hang on, stop. It's not exactly the same thing, obviously. It's PVA glue and glitter. But if you go to my linked shop of choice, which is Crazy Craft Obsessions, if you go there, you can go into their shop and you can purchase, and I use them all the time. I have them and I use them. They are small pots of glitter. Some have stars in them. Some are black with flecks through them. Some are yellow. Some are pink. Like all different ones. They're made by Ranger and they are awesome. Absolutely awesome. They will give you almost the same result as what I'm doing here, but this is, can't say it's, well, it is cheaper, but it's not so much that I'm doing this to be cheap. I'm doing this to show you an alternative way of getting a very similar result with a very little financial outlay. Do I have the little pots? Yes, I do. Do I think they're something that I will always have in my collection? Yes. because you're not always going to sit here and create this much glitter on a page. Sometimes you just want a little tiny bit, and you don't want to pull all your glitter out to do that and then have the off chance you're going to spill it. But if you commit to doing something like this, this is definitely a cheaper way of doing it. So I'm creating a rainbow-esque type dealio. Now, the only thing I did do is when I dried this, I actually turned the camera off. It took me, I did time it, it took me 40 minutes. Okay, it probably didn't really take, all right. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anybody. But I might have been on TikTok at the same time. My daughter was showing me some hilarious stuff. And I think I might have just been zoned into that instead of focusing on drying the paper. Just saying. Just putting it out there. That's probably what I was doing. In fact, that's what I was doing. So, you know, look, I'm not ashamed of it. Safina cracks me up. She is a breath of fresh air every day. I absolutely love getting my dose of Safina. She is brilliant. She is a mum of 2 kids. She is hilarious. She is so funny. And what I wouldn't give for her to go 10 out of 10 on my layouts. But alas, I doubt she scrapbooks. So anyway, moving right along. So it didn't really probably take 40 minutes to dry because I know it looks really, really thick, but it's not. It's really, really not. There's a lot of glitter. The glitter glue ratio, there's more glitter than there was glue. Now the trick to not getting glitter everywhere. See, look, magically it's dry. Now I did skip that, and I did tell you that I skipped that. Now, this is where I didn't want to throw that strip out. It was so pretty. I just wanted to keep it. And because it's glued down, it's not going anywhere. That glitter is not budging one little bit. Now, I am using quite a bit of tape because, yes, my cardstock warped. Did I prep it? No. Does it faze me? No. Once it's dried, and this is the backing black is holding it flat. Does that make sense? So as you can see, I'm running my hands all over that, and there is not an ounce of glitter anywhere other than on that white sheet. It's perfect. Absolutely love it. Now, as I was putting this together, I realized that those 2 white bits, top and bottom, they started bothering me about here in the video, right? But I didn't really do anything with it straight away, so I was kind of going, it's not really a rainbow. It's kind of, that's what it's sort of alluding to. But those 2 white patches, they weren't even, concerned me a lot. The OCD kicked in. And then once I put these photos on black, I thought, maybe I need more black on there. Maybe I need to get, and I considered doing my Nuvo, what is it called? You know, my black Nuvo, what's it called? It's called Nuvo Crystal Drops in Ebony Black. I considered using that. But then thought, nah, that's not right. So then I actually text, you know, like phone a friend. Yep, I did that. And I was unaware that she was busy with her hubby and doing her own thing. And here I am having first world problems. Please tell me the solution to the 2 white bits because my brain's fried and I've seen way too much glitter and I'm help. So I did consider using some Diamantes because Jen's gymnastics, if you know anything about gymnastics, everything has tons of Diamantes on it, right? And the more Diamantes, the more expensive the outfit. Just saying. So this is where I'm procrastinating, and I'm thinking, all right, glue it all down and then make a decision. Figure out why it's bugging you. And it was the white bit. Can you see my fingers are tapping? I'm like, this isn't working. See, I got my black Nuvo drops and I'm like, I really don't think black's the answer. So then it was about here I phoned a friend. So I sent a message. Unbeknownst to me, she was quite seriously busy. And I was just having my own first world problem. So I decided the problem with it actually is it's matte white. It's not glittery. So I grabbed my holographic glittery gel. The trick to doing this, very slowly fold your glue on top of your glitter. Doesn't fly everywhere. Stays nice and neat. Not a problem. And bingo. Automatically solved my problem. It now matches the rest of it perfectly. So I use my CUTFILE as my ephemera. I say that with air quotes. That's my ephemera. That's how I like to design my pages. Some may say that there is way too much glitter on this page and it's a bit too full on. But you know what? I say that shine and sparkle go hand in hand with gymnasts and gymnastics and all the stuff. So whenever I do a layout like this, I quite often think of all the sparkle and all the hairspray, and whew, trust me, ozone layer gets flogged when gymnasts perform, let me tell you. So this is pretty much how I finished off my page. I was pretty happy with that, and I did end up just swatching all that yumminess onto another piece of paper. And this is how, okay, so the white is still wet, but when it dried, it's clear and holographic is beautiful. I just love it. Love how this turned out. So now I'm going to do my shameless plug. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, it is free. All you have to do is hit that button below and hit the like. Leave me a comment. I absolutely love reading comments. And I will get back to you ASAP. And my social links are below as well, along with my affiliate link to Crazy Craft Obsessions. So their online store. Thank you so much for watching. I seriously appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll be back tomorrow with another layout. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.